What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Section H Gaming back. Today was something a little bit different. I'll be playing Hearts of Iron 4. This is the Kaiserredux Mod, a mod that is built on top of Kaiserreich. Kaiserreich is a mod for the game in which Germany won the First World War. So the map looks a lot different. There are a lot of different countries. Things are different from the base game, such as Germany is still a monarch. The Kaiser, Wilhelm II, still leads the country. And as we'll see here, we're just going to go ahead and hop in and do a new game. As you can see, there's a commune of France. France went communist after they lost the war. But then you'll also see that there is a free France in Africa that is led by, I believe, Philippe Pétain. I think that's who leads it. And they're kind of free there. The Union of Britain, they also went communist. A lot of them fled to the Kingdom of Canada, including George V, I believe. I've got the German Empire, led by the Kaiser himself. The Austrian Empire, Austria-Hungary, led by Karl I. Then we have the Russian Republic, which is pretty cool. I've not played too much Kaiserreich, especially the Redux mod, but I felt like playing a smaller country today. You got the United States, led by Herbert Hoover, of course, and then Japan, led by Hirohito. So let's see here. I'm thinking of playing. Let's see. I should have thought about this before. Let's see here. Maybe let's look at playing the Dominion of Delhi in this first one. I'm just going to play under crew. I'm really not that good at Hearts of Iron. I really enjoy it. The story to me is what is really good. The gameplay can be okay. I can probably build maybe some 7.2s or something. Maybe some 14.4s if we get a little bit later, but it doesn't look like I have that much stuff here. So let's go ahead and jump on in and see what we've got here. Our leader is George V. So you can see just a little welcome here. All the nice contributors, people have really made this mod great. I'm going to go here. Turn the music volume way down. And let's see. So all these people contributed to Kaiserreich Redux. And then you can spawn the Antarctic Commune. Let me play the game here. And then Path Guide's now available on the mod, it looks like. So, Dominion of Delhi. It looks like after the First World War, it was split up into maybe 4 countries. We have Madras here. We have Hyderabad. Sorry if I butchered that, and then Bahar. Bahar, I believe, is the commune. Yeah, of course. That is the Bharatiya commune. I apologize if I'm butchering these names, guys. Let me know in the comments how to say them. Then we got the Princely Federation, of course. Capital Hyderabad. And then you have us. What's left of the Entente in India. So let's just recap the Entente here. I believe. Let's see if Australia is part of the Entente here. Yeah, so Australasia, Australasian Confederation, I should say, still part of the Entente, which is pretty cool. Let's see who else is an Entente member. Of course, French national state, Entente. I was right, Philippe Pétain. And then, of course, we have the Kingdom of Canada, led by George V. And then we have the West Indies Federation, also part of the Entente. And South Africa here. Sorry about the wobbling of my mouse, guys. I'm getting used to this new mouse. And then we have South Rhodesia, also in the Entente. So we've got a couple countries here that are still loyal to the crown. Obviously, this map looks a lot different than it would in the Base game, you've got the German Empire, Commune of France. Still have the Netherlands, actually Flanders, Wallonia, the Netherlands, Netherlands, I guess. Republic of Ireland, that's Northern Ireland, good for them. And then we've got some Norwegian stuff there. Kingdom of Ukraine, Ottomans still around. The Ottoman Empire is crumbling a little bit. They had some issues, as we'll see through the playthrough, I believe. From the little bit I played this, there's some events. And the Austrian Empire has everybody puppeted here. But they're not actually like one full country. I believe in the Austrian focus tree you can maybe absorb these people. But they're just a puppet here, and I think we're going to see some stuff. The Balkans, of course, is like a lot of the normal Balkan stuff. Serbia, let's see, Albania still around, Bulgaria, Romania, Greece, and of course the Ottoman Empire, part of that there. And then we've got China, which is fractured by warlords, kind of like in the base game. As we'll see, that kind of this part, I won't deal with that much, especially early on. I may kind of later on. Then we have Japan, of course, still under Japanese rule. It's really the most country like the base game, I believe. You're not as aggressive, it seems. I briefly played it. You do kind of get aggressive later on, but it's not like immediate war in China or anything like that, like in the base game. So, now that we've kind of recapped everything, let's see here. Let's go ahead and check our national focus tree out. So we have a little civil expansion there, Army, Royal Air Force, Imperial Navy, prepared for the final struggle. Which lets us do some invasion and everything like that. Unify India, perfect. And then we can join the research here, which I might actually try to do that first. They have to form the ISAC. So, let's see here. You go ahead and take a look at my buffs and debuffs. Power of the Princes, negative 10 stability. Or I should say stability. Division of Organization, negative 10%. And daily political power cost. And then underdeveloped economy, a little bit of a debuff there. I think it probably would be worse if we were not on recruit difficulty, but I'm more interested in the story really on this playthrough than anything. So, I believe you can get a different leader than George here. But let's just go with a little bit of industry first, get those double bonuses. 3 research slots, not that bad. Let's go ahead and do basic machine tools, of course, construction, and research speed, electronic mechanical engineering. I apologize, guys. I've been a little bit sick, so my vision's a little bit blurry. I'm having a little bit of a hard time reading, which is not a great time to play Kaiserreich, but we'll try our best. Okay, so as I normally would do, let's go ahead and place some factories in places that I would like to, and then we have some gun production here. Let's go ahead and get 1 on support equipment, 1 on artillery, and we need steel. Let's see how many factories I have, if I can trade for that or not. Don't really want to use convoys. Let's see here. How many factories do I have before I do this? I've got 5 factories, so I'm just going to let that kind of ride there. And let's go ahead and start the game. Okay, so Delhi's darkest hour. Delhi government is a self-proclaimed legal successor state to the British Raj. Yet within its borders, the very different factions vie for power. The progressive Rajas and the Bourgeois are content with authoritarian dominion status, but radical nationalists and independence activists are still calling for the expulsion of the British. Tensions are running high inside the Red Fort, as well as the nation's central parliament. To the north, the Afghans watch our every move. Okay, we need to note that, I guess. While the decadent southern princes and their so-called federation plot our downfall. To the east, the syndicalist scum of the commune may well succumb to totalism, posing another huge threat for our nation. Reform is necessary, otherwise we'll be wiped off the face of the planet. Okay, so let's have faith in our people. And I apologize, guys. I'm also playing this on my laptop. It's going to be really squatted over the computer here trying to read this. Hunched over the computer, I should say. Can't really start that agency yet. Okay, we need some guns. So I am just going to go ahead and click here and maybe delete a few divisions to get the guns we need. Go ahead and start that. Put it on 2-speed for now so I can kind of tell what I need. That did not give me kind of what I was looking for. So let's see. Let's go ahead and disband some of the militia as well. Okay, remnants of the Raj. A curious mix of princely states and old British colonial administration. Delhi is governed by the Velt Creek hero Mahara Ganga state. I'm sorry, apologize, guys. And his government of Raj administrators and northwestern native princes. However, it has been decades since the revolution threw India into anarchy, and it has become painfully obvious that the need for reform is dire. For God Emperor in India. Let's see here. Hey, the need for guns here just keeps going up. So let's go ahead and split my forces here. Let's go ahead and put these guys on a garrison kind of around our border here, just to make sure that people aren't trying to slip in. And then go ahead and put the rest of my guys in Second Army here. Let's go ahead and put them on the border of Afghanistan, just in case they try anything. And let me go on 3-speed here. Apologize. And Dockyards 1, still some convoys. Okay, so we've got some Canadian ships here, as well as my own. I have 2 pre-dreadnoughts, some cruisers, and mainly destroyers. I probably will go for destroyers or submarines if I build a navy. Just kind of seems to be the easy thing there. And Assassination of President Karinsky. I'm not going to read really what happens in other countries, but their president was just assassinated in Russia. So that means they might be going down a different route besides Federation. See if it changed. They have no leader. The Senate is currently running Russia. So that's interesting. I guess we'll see kind of how that plays out if they decide to go a different route. And we have 1 Mountaineer division. I would really like to change these guys into Gurkha rifles as well. Just to kind of have more of a chance in the mountains of Afghanistan. How many of these guys can I have, I wonder? Okay, so we'll have 4 right there, and let's go ahead and just do an offensive line here, just in case. So we'll get a little planning bonus, and also can select a field marshal. Okay, so Totalist Charter, Mussolini, and some other people are going to do a Totalist Charter in France, strengthening the communes and everything. So, Rudyard Kipling dies, British author Rudyard Kipling died today in Delhi. staunch supporter of colonialism. He passed away. British Empire mourns a great writer. Alright, so I'm thinking, since we don't have any cavalry, defensive doctrine, let's go Field Marshal Archibald, Percival, Waffle, and let's go ahead and get him as my Field Marshal. I need somebody that's Old Guard, Jungle Rat. I need a Mountaineer General here if I've got one. Okay, so he is going to be leading us here, I think. Infantry Officer, Mountaineer. Dude's actually really good. Nawab Kanji will be leading us on the Afghanistan front, and then
Adesh.
See here. I think I'll have David Tennant Cohen lead us on that front, just because I believe a lot of this is jungle, maybe. Guess it doesn't really tell me. Province Forest, yeah, so I guess that counts, maybe. So we've kind of got that settled out. Let's go ahead and pause the game. I apologize, I didn't realize I'd paused it again. Let's see here. Okay, I gotta pause it again. Passing of King George V. Ousted King of Britain, George V finally succumbs to the illness that he had plagued him since the revolution swept through the Home Islands. As head of the state, Dominion, India, Delhi, and his death will certainly cause trouble among the competing faction of the former Raj. But for now, the Chamber Princes will head the regency until coronation of his son, Edward. It's unfortunate that Entente enters a state of mourning. Okay, so Edward VIII crowned as King of Britain. George V, the last King of Britain and Ireland to have ruled the Home Islands themselves, has passed away in exile in Canada. First Windsor King, his reign shall be remembered with sorrow and sadness, as during it Britain lost both the Weltkrieg and the homeland. The crown was inherited by Edward, Prince of Wales, who is now styles himself as Edward VIII. King Edward is a vengeful and ambitious man, and not on good terms with the Prime Minister Mackenzie King. He lives in the goal of avenging his father and reconquering the British Isles, and thus is quite popular among British exiles in Canada, among others. Interesting. Okay, so up on 4-speed here, just kind of while nothing's really going on except we're building. I'm waiting on my expand the focus. The civilian industry here to get the research bonus for industry. I have the Chamber of Princes here, which is not great. I have negative political power as well. They give me minus 20% stability and minus 10% division organization and consumer goods, so none of that's really great. So I guess we'll see who they pick to run the Dominion of Delhi. I'm not sure who really makes that change. So we have Socialist Conservatives. Okay, so Afghanistan declared war on me. The 5th Anglo-Afghani War. After the Weltkrieg, British Raj collapsed and turmoil and warfare. The neighboring kingdom of Afghanistan took advantage of this opportunity to seize Peshawar and Quetta, both border regions of the Dominion. However, the Afghani government's attempt to modernize over the last decades have been met with fierce resistance from conservative elements. The king hopes that the turmoil in Delhi following the death of George V leads to his advantage. By repeating the success of the 4th Anglo-Afghan War, the king hopes to silence the conservative opposition and bring new lands to the crown. However, international experts do not put many hopes on this tiny mountain nation winning the conflict. Afghanistan invades. We will drive back these dogs and reclaim our land. Okay, so
Adesh.
I'm going to give 4 divisions to this army here.
Tayar.
And let's go ahead and unpause here on 3 speed and just see if we start pushing. First of all, I can call in Black Monday. I probably should read this. 3rd of February 1936, Berlin Stock Exchange stopped sinking. It plunged, fueled by instability in the market. Panic. Selling erupted as soon as the stock market opened. Okay, so we're in the Depression now. Mein Gott. Okay, so I'm going to call on my allies. Just kidding. I'm not going to call my allies. Okay, so we just called everybody in. See if they can get here to help me. So let's go ahead and see if we can attack and see if we can drive these guys back. I don't know if I can, and I'm running low on guns. So, invitation to Imperial Conference. Canadian government is prepared to convene the 8th Imperial Conference. I've invited the Kingdom of Canada to partake in the conference. So let's go ahead and do that.
Tayar.
Okay, so not making much progress here. Do I have an Air Force in? They have an Air Force, which is interesting. I don't know if I have strategic air mode. So I do have, no, maybe not. Maybe they have, maybe my allies have planes here and they're giving me air support. So that's good. Hopefully with some air support we can kind of take over some stuff. Made a little bit of progress here. Gonna take this as well. And if we could break this tile here.
Ah.
Okay, so I need guns. Let me see if I can ask the Canadians for guns. Okay, so we're in China there. Request Lend-Lease, guns. More China war here. I don't know if they give me this. Okay, so Kingdom of Canada not going to give me any guns, unfortunately. Let's see, French National State will. Nope, they will not. Australia maybe will. Russia was just taken over, it looks like.
Anglo.
So we're taking a little land there, it looks like. Let's see what's going on in Russia. Russian Republic led by Lever Korolov, sorry. Increasing taxes currently. Okay, so still short on guns, unfortunately. Let's go here. I think we need to do the Indian Economy Act. I don't meet the requirements. Union of South Africa refused to call into the war. Let's see here. Gallia seizes control of Ecuador. Death of Pius. I wonder if I can turn off some of those notifications, because a lot of this I really just don't need to know. But I'm not exactly know how to do that, so we'll just kind of skip through some of it. And let's see, I cannot do the Indian Recovery Act, so I'm going to add infrastructure, it looks like. And we'll go up on 4-speed for just a minute, see how we're doing. Looks like we're doing okay here. Restoration of democracy in Australasia, that's good for us, obviously. Sorry guys, this game's a little bit laggy on this mod too, unfortunately. Looks like we have... I'm just going to go ahead and throw everybody in this army over here. Looks like we've got our first Canadian troops landing here too. Kind of try to help us out a little bit. And normally, guys, I would try to micro a little bit, but
Alish.
there's really not much we can be doing here.
You
I can
got
maybe try to cut these guys off, surround them from behind. Okay, so let's go for mechanical computing. Need more guns, obviously. A lot more guns. Let's go ahead and buy 2 steel. Doesn't matter. I just need the guns, really, more than anything. And then we have the West Indian delegation speaks. Gives us a little bit of research bonus. So they're talking about everything, it looks like. And we need to obviously assist building our military because we're getting beat by Afghanistan here. And we have positive air cover there, which is nice. It's just some.
Amla.
Can maybe cut these guys off here if these guys come down. End of the conference, God Save the Queen, Imperial Conference in 1936 over. Focus on putting in practice the decisions that came out of the conference. There's hope that perhaps this marks a new era for the Dominions and strengthening bonds, but only time will tell. Tibet joined the Mongolian alliance. I don't really think that affects me too much, but it's okay. And I'm just basically getting throttled in Afghanistan here. It's just not a great place to fight. But I am making 16 guns a day, it looks like. Using 35, which isn't great. Can I get guns from anybody now, maybe? The United States give me guns? Hopefully. Be cool. Westland lease. I guess nobody just... Okay, our general's wounded too, unfortunately. Expand the rail network, that's good. Maybe that'll give me a little bit more supply. Can reform the army as well. If I could cut these guys off here, that would be just crazy. But it doesn't look like I can do that. I'm just so... Why my units are so slow in the mountains. Go ahead and pin that guy. Looks like we're breaking through right here. Oswald Mosley elected chairman, First International Congress. That's the Syndicalists. So... I think if we can break them in the south, kind of like we're doing right now, that might not be a bad thing at all. We can kind of push them a little bit more. Research opened up now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go dispersed industry, just in case we get bombed later. I wish this war really didn't transpire like this, but it's early on, and really we didn't have much of a chance to do anything, it seems. But this really can't push anybody, and doesn't really look like they can push me. I don't know if this counts on this game as a pin or not. I'm sorry, as a surround or not, because... Well, of course, they just did that to me too, so... now I'm in counter encirclement here. So let's try to break this guy out. Don't know if that's possible or not, but... Looks like we're breaking him here. Maybe. We're just in shambles right now, in Delhi, and... Go ahead and see if I can't snake these guys in, these cavalry units, to maybe do a big encirclement here. That would be crazy, but I just don't know if that'll work. Well, that's unfortunate there. Those guys got overrun. We're really having a hard time here. I don't know if they've got some sort of national focus buff or what the deal is, but or surrender limit. No, nothing really that just. I mean, that's just my debuffs really that are giving me such a hard time. It looks like, and all this attrition too. I mean, it's just really wearing me out. Plus, we're lack of guns, I guess. But hopefully, that's kind of getting fixed right now. And let's go down mass. Let's go down mass mobilization. I think it'll be good. We'll have a lot of manpower later on, and okay, so we kind of pushed them here. Doing a little bit better. Some of the Canadian and French guys have arrived, so we've got a little bit more support. Let's see, national focus, 1936 elections have been held. They have not. Canada has not formed the international research sector, so looks like we're doing okay now. Kind of winning on some of the fronts. I wish I could capitulate these guys. I don't know how this war is going to work, though.
They are.
It'd be nice to be able to take all this land.
Adesh.
Alright guys, let me know in the comments if you think, if you enjoy Kaiserreich, and especially the Redux mod. Just kind of take a look around here. Anne King is fighting against Lift Kuomintang. Kuomintang, yep. And having some wars in China here. Coup d'etat in Siam. Kingdom of Siam. Let's see here. Got a nice little encirclement here. Just to overran those guys just crazy. So I guess they cannot get supplies through the block zone. And we are working our way into Afghanistan now. Now that our French allies and Canadian allies have arrived, we're really pushing them quite well, it looks like. White Sun over China, booked there, released, and about to take Persian War. And I think hopefully that will encircle these guys, and we can just focus them down.
They are.
Following elects new king. Passing of Sirmian Fazl is Hussein, architect of the gentry peasant political alliance that laid the groundwork for the powerful Unionist Party, has passed away for a long period of illness, having been absent from the day today running the party in a prolonged period of his illness. He will nevertheless be sorely missed within conservative circles. Okay, Poland elects new king. Regency's over for them. Good, I guess. I don't know how Poland's going to affect us over here. And we're just taking out these remaining soldiers here. Should overrun them, and if we can break here, I think we'll just demolish them. Okay, so 5th Anglo-Afghan War victory. Their king's ambition of furthering Afghan influence into India has been crushed. The troops of the Dominion have crossed the Durand Line, retaken the lost northwest frontier provinces and the city of Peshawar and Quetta, whilst threatening Kabul itself. The Afghan state is in complete disarray, and her populace begging for peace. We should at least take back our core provinces, but any further military actions would be politically costly. Setting up a puppet government would work as well, but that would require just as much political capital. Okay, so loses core on. Okay, so we get some land out of that, or it looks like we could just annex them. have hardly any stability anyways. Let me go ahead and just take what we had. Maybe we can deal with them later, but I think the war's going to be too costly for us if we keep going. So I've got some of this land. Took all the land back that they'd previously taken from me. And we are okay now. So truce with other nations, Afghanistan now. And we can bring our boys back to here. Let's see. Go ahead and set them on area defense as we try to rebuild the thousands of guns in deficit here. 5.2k guns needed. And guys, since we just finished the war in Afghanistan, I think we'll wrap the first episode up here. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about the mod and if you're excited to see it in the future. Thanks. Have a good day.